All right. I don't know if I accidentally pushed live before I should have. And I don't know if my screen, I kind of locked it the wrong way, I think. Boy, that's a first. That is a first. All right, you guys. Well, I'm hanging out in the boat. I figured I've been doing a lot of working on it this last week, and I didn't get out for a video, so I figured we would just do a little live chat real quick and hang out and kind of talk about what I've been up to. I'm sorry about the impromptu live stream. I actually was trying to plan this live stream, and then somehow the live stream, I must have just clicked go live before I wanted to. So we're kind of stuck in this position too, like the little, I don't know, the vertical. But hey, it's a quick little easy live stream. I'm hanging out inside the boat, you guys. As you can see, I've got the duck lamp here. Kind of wanted to just show you guys some things that I've been working on. And if you're following me on Instagram, you would have seen this already, but we've got the duck lamp, and it's over here in a nice little table that we built. I need to switch my light real quick. Oh, not to that one. There we go. We got a table right there for the duck lamp. I told you in the last video that I wanted to make something, have a dedicated spot for the duck lamp. So forgive me, you guys, as I try to navigate the live stream here, because like I said, I kind of started it without realizing. That's okay. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's check out your comments here. See who else here. Jen, hello, Jen. So good to see you. How are things in, is it Minnesota? I think you're in Minnesota. Or Wisconsin, I'm sorry. Maybe one of the two. It's been toasty here, you guys, just like it was when we were camping the last time in the boat. But I made some modifications, so that's really good. Gil, hello, Gil. Hello. It's good to see you all. So if you guys have any questions of me, go ahead and throw them in the comments, and then I'll get to those in a little bit. But before we start that, I just wanted to show you guys some of the projects. So if you do follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the little table here. It's all finished. And then just a couple of simple things, like having a fan right here. I'll turn it off real quick. Oh wait, that went to the higher level. So I've got a fan. How's this work? There we go. We've got a fan mounted right there. So right here is the V-berth. So I'll be laying right there, and I'll have a nice fan over the top of me. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's another fan right there with the new screen door. Oh, that is nice. That is super nice. I've got that fan pushing. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys. I don't know what's going on here. I've got that fan pushing air out, and then we'll have this fan circulating air on the inside. Whew, don't get cut by that. There we go. Ugh. Trying to figure this out. So I'm really excited about that. This little project, it didn't take very long. But the longest part was varnish. Varnish takes forever to do, especially when you want to do multiple coats. So it took me a good part of the week just to get that done. And I assembled it today with the screen. And that is going to be a game changer when we're out on the water. And also the motor. So the motor, I went through and I changed the diaphragms on the fuel pump. But I don't know if they really needed to be changed, because I found some paperwork from the previous owner, and it said that they went through, did the whole carb cleaning, and they changed the they did the work on the fuel pump. But that was in 2024, so you know, stuff can happen. But I got it fired up and it was running, but I haven't tested it yet, so we'll have to get it out on the water this next week and test it. And hopefully things will be okay. 98 degrees in Bakersfield, California. Woo! I think we were close to 100 today. And it is cooling down now. But yeah. Is it expensive? I mean, the boat. So this boat I bought for $5,000, which I think was a really good deal, because there was other boats in my location that were looking at like $7,000 to $8,000, almost $9,000. So I think I got a good deal on the boat for $5,000. Basically, what I did is you guys saw the motorcycle that I had. I bought that, and then I sold that and bought the boat. So just trading toys for other toys. That's pretty much it. But now I know that everybody says, you know, boat means bust out another $1,000. And I think that's true in a lot of cases if you can't do things yourself. If you can fix things yourselves and you're willing to get your hands dirty, and you kind of understand a little bit of the motors and stuff. That's why I went with an outboard. I wanted to make sure I had an outboard motor. I didn't want to work on an inboard. Because the outboard, if you've got a problem with that, just throw it out, get a new one. Yeah, if you can work on it yourself, if you're comfortable with that, I don't think that this is going to cost me all that much, really. I mean, I filled up the gas tank once so far, and we've been out 3 times. So, and I still have plenty of fuel. So yeah, I'm excited about it, you guys. I hope you guys are too. One of the big things about the boat, and the reason I wanted to go this direction for this summer, is what you guys don't see. You guys don't see the times that I go out and try to camp, and I find nothing but other people camping everywhere. All the fun spots that I have, all the little secret spots, there's people camping. So I've been out, I don't know how many times, and I never make a video about it, because it's the struggles, I guess. I go out, I try to go camping, and it's busy, super busy, everywhere you go. So the boat for me is kind of the answer to a lot of that. You can go out, you can float, you can anchor. Yes, there can be people around, but you're not going to have people like camping right next door to you. And a really good example of that is if you guys saw the video with me and Lily, we went camping together at a campground, and it was a disaster with the people that were next to us. So campgrounds and stuff like that just get really busy on the summers. So I think that boat camping, I'm hoping, I thought it was going to be the motorcycle camping, but now we're switched to the boat camping. Camping bad for content? Can be, yeah. Can be hard. So anyways, you guys, I just hope you guys are having a great Friday. Here we are going into the weekend. Hopefully all you have the weekend off and have some big plans. Here in Eastern Washington, we have a fire warning. I think that's what they call it, a red flag warning. So tomorrow is going to be super windy, and I think we're going to be probably just watching for fires tomorrow. So that's all we're going to be doing. And hopefully, Lord willing, nothing will happen. Wow, thank you so much, Lorraine. Little super chat. Hello. Thank you. Okay, so isn't the swell annoying for sleeping? Well, the first night that I was slept on this boat, it was lose, you guys. I figured out what was wrong, and my watch My watch was connecting to my camera. Anyways, sleeping on the boat so far has been super peaceful, and I've only done it one night. But it was glass. When you camp on a lake, the water gets churned up throughout the day from a lot of people out there on the water. But during the night, as long as the winds aren't terrible, it really calmed down. It calms down, and it really just depends. I know we're going to have scenarios where I'm camping on the boat, and I'm sure it's going to be a little wavy. But I don't know. Well, we're going to see what happens. I think that's the adventure of it. I've always wanted, well, from the night that I camped on the inflatable tent, in the floating tent, from that night on, I was like, I want to do this more often. I want to sleep on the boat. And so I really came up, I was trying to come up with tons of different ideas how I could sleep on the inflatable boats. Some of you guys saw those videos where I had like, it was almost like a dock. I had a dock with me. You can go back and look at the summer. I was trying to, and I was thinking about ideas and things of ways I could sleep on the boat. But they all kind of came out to be a little sketchy. And I also didn't really want to be putting stuff out there that maybe other people would try, and it might not work out so well for them. So I think it's smarter to just get, so that's why I got the boat, really. It was smart to get the boat, something that is meant to be slept on, and it'll keep me safe and bring me home, opposed to sleeping on an inflatable boat that might get a hole in it. Oh yeah, yeah, that is the problem, Nicholas. I think I'll have to get used to it. It's kind of one of those things where I think, well, here's the really cool thing about this boat, and I haven't showed it yet, but this thing can go in like 8 inches of water. So we don't have to sit out there on the water and sleep in this boat. We can pull this up to the beach. We can beach it, and we can sleep right there on the beach with this boat. That is probably the coolest, one of the coolest things that this thing can do. It has a very shallow draft, very shallow. And I'm gonna try to get some more like footage of it when we're out there this next week camping, and I'll show you guys some of the side shots of it while it's sitting on the water and floating. It's right on top of the water. It's crazy. It really is. Oh yeah, Mikey, I love fishing too. Portable AC, yes. So I have plans for that, and what my plans are, I'll show you guys real quick, is with the little breezeway that we built here, I'm gonna have a section that I can just stick inside of there, and we'll put the AC on the outside and duct it on the inside. So we won't have any troubles next time with sleeping. If I bring it, I'm going to run it with just like this in this next video, because I don't think we're gonna have 100-degree temperatures, at least I hope. John, good to hear from you. How you doing, brother? You got you have your dialysis tomorrow? All right, we'll be praying for you, brother. I know it's been a struggle, but you're going to get through it. Thank you, guys. Your comments are super humbling. Thank you. So, yeah, that's the plan. This week has been a lot of fixing stuff like the engine, and I knew that if I didn't do that right now, if I didn't get on top of it now, summer would escape me, and I really want to be out there kind of making content with the boat. I've told a lot of you guys that the boat isn't supposed to be the content. It's not, this isn't a boating channel. This is a camping channel. So please just bear with me. The boat is just another form of camping. It's another way of trying new things. So if you're not super interested in the boat, just tag along for the camping experience. You know, sleeping. I'm doing all the same stuff. I'm just doing it on a boat. But also, I will be sleeping at different campsites too. Like last year, we went up to, I think it was Upper Priest Lake, and I did a boat-in camp up there. And we can take this boat up there, park it on the beach, and do some tent camping as well. So don't just think that I'm just going all aboard on the boat. I am right now just because it's new, it's exciting for me. But don't just check out. I've had some comments thinking that I was just going to be doing boat stuff now, and they're not interested in it. And I don't know if that means they're just not going to watch anymore or if they're done. But just stick with me. I'm just having fun. It's just another way of camping. There goes Gil. Bye, Gil. So, can I cook on the boat? Yes. Yes, I can. So this right here is a sink. Let me show you. So I think you guys have seen this. If you haven't, this is a sink right here. I'll move that out of the way. You can see the spigot right there. We've got a sink. Right now I've got paper towels in there. Oh, don't want to lose my papers and paintings. Oops. But we got a sink on the boat. I don't know that I'm really going to be using it, but this boat actually came with, when they first started manufacturing these boats, they actually came with a little cook stove that goes down in one of these compartments. And I've got a table right here, if you can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just, maybe some of you guys haven't really seen the videos yet, but this is a table. So I could put a cooking thing on here. We've got plenty of room, especially even out there on the, in the cockpit back there. That's where I cooked last time. Plenty of room to cook. Oh, wow. We got another super chat. Thank you so much. Been watching your channel for a long time. I really enjoy your videos and how you take us to your adventures with you, while spreading positivity and family-friendly content. Much love from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. That right there just means everything. I love hearing from you guys from all over the world. That is so cool. Argentina. Thank you. Maybe you could profile the actual cabin part in detail. Yeah, I might have to do that. It's not super, I mean, it's a 19-foot boat. There's not really any content. It's a MacGregor 19. There's hardly any content on YouTube about it, but you can get a little bit of a glimpse of it in some other videos. But I'm going to be showing more of it throughout these videos, I guess, adventures. Throughout the adventures, I'll show more of it, get different angle shots. This last video was really, it was the first night on the boat, and I learned a lot. I really did learn a lot. And so we're making some changes. I've already built the little breezeway cover, mounting stuff, and then also for cameras, I needed to know kind of where to put some cameras so you guys can get those better shots. And it's coming along. It really is. So if you are interested in this boat, and you want to look up more details on it, it's a 1995 MacGregor 19. Excuse me. They only made 1,000 of these. So there's very, very few of them out there in amazing condition, I guess. I don't know. I've seen quite a few of them that needed some work. So they only made 1,000 of them because they ended up making the bigger version. So they've got the McGregor 26X, I think it's called. And then they stopped producing the 19-foot because it made more money if they made the bigger boat. But if you are interested, you can still find them. Be of good courage. Yes, amen. Amen to that. Oh, we've been praying for you, Sandra. Definitely. The tiny sink, for instance, is intriguing. Yes, it is. It really is. It's super cool. It's kind of like, most of your campers and stuff, that you use on land. I kind of consider this like a boat camper. But most of your campers that you pull on a trailer, they're very useful, or they're very mindful of their space. And they really did that too in this boat. There's a lot of storage. It's pretty neat. I really like it. I'm excited about it. So looking back at your guys' comments, anybody's got any questions? Any more questions? You guys are funny. Oh, that'll be amazing, Lorraine. That'll be fun. I hope I did, Kevin. The motor is, I worked on the motor this week. I ordered parts. One of the things that I think was a major problem was the fuel line connectors. So the little connectors for the fuel line, they're like quick disconnects. When I pulled them apart, the little O-rings that were inside there were all like dry rotted. And so I got new ones I replaced those. I fixed the fuel pump and got it all put back together, and I started it just on here at home. So I don't know what'll happen when we get out the next time, but we're gonna figure it out. We've got to figure it out. Is there ventilation other than rear hatch in the boat? No, there isn't. There is no more ventilation. This thing is pretty tight. You got two windows. You got right here, and they're kind of smoky. The windows are actually a kind of a tinted window. But it would be nice if those opened up. Down here at the head of the V berth, the foot or whatever, I don't know what you'd call it. No windows. You got a window there, but it does not open. That there. There's no windows down there. Here's the bathroom. There's a window, but it doesn't open. And I've got all our life jackets inside there. So coming up with a way to get ventilation in here was kind of tricky. And just opening up the companionway there is going to make a huge difference. But I have seen where people modify these windows to make them flip up. But it's a sailboat. So since it's a sailboat, you got to worry about keeling over. The boat's going to keel and tip. So the more holes you have in the boat, like windows and stuff like that, the more chance you have of water coming into your craft. So maybe that's why there isn't so many windows in this, or at least windows that you can open. But I have seen it where people put up like it's kind of like a solar fan, and it'll just kind of suck stuff out, I guess. What about the bugs? We're going to be smart this time and not turn on the lights and leave the hatch door open. Bring some bug spray. How does the mast get installed? So the mast, it's pretty simple. I haven't done it yet, but I'll make a video on it when we do go sailing. But the mast can get basically there's a raising system that you have for it, and you just push the mast back. Usually the mast will be sitting on top of. Whoa! Watch my finger on the fan. Usually the mast will sit on top of the boat while you travel with it. And what you'll do is you'll push it back. It has a little roller on the back. You'll push the mast back and you'll pin it up. And then there's a ratchet, and you can just ratchet it up. And that's something that I'm going to be learning here soon. Sailing is kind of an interesting thing because there's a lot to learn about sailing. And I don't know. There's another guy on YouTube that he just got one of the bigger boats of this, McGregor 26. And he started making content, and he knows how to sail. So maybe I'll learn some stuff from him. I don't know. Watching videos, you know. I got a question about, do people give you a hard time for your faith or mostly positive, mostly supportive? I don't really, I think it's kind of a mixed bag, really. There are definitely people that want to question you on your faith and say things, but I think most of the part, a lot of people just, if they don't like it, they just leave, you know? Like they're not super combative. But yeah, it's just like anything else, you know. People might not like the way you look, so they make fun of you the way you look. I mean, it's the same thing. You're gonna have people that don't like you no matter what. And if it's your religion or your faith or something like that, they're just gonna pick you apart for that. Because it's one thing they can just do, I guess. I don't know. But most of the time, I don't know how YouTube is these days in their censoring, but I think they censor a lot of comments. I think they try to make things really positive, and sometimes there's an area on YouTube because, you know, comments, I can have comments held for certain words, you know, profanity, explicit things that want to be seen. They'll get thrown into like a spam file or a held for review file in YouTube. And sometimes I'll go look at those comments, and yes, they're very negative. There's a lot of them. Like if I want to have a bad day, go look at the held for review comment section. And that's true for anybody on YouTube. But YouTube has really been trying to make it a very safe place for people. That's why you do see a lot of just positive comments, but there are definitely negative ones. As far as faith goes, I haven't seen too much. I don't know. I'm going to say that, and it's going to get worse because we know that it gets worse. What's up from Eagle Creek? God bless you, Joseph and Desiree. Hello. Where's Eagle Creek at? Definitely. So, John, I will be cooking on the boat. The boat is just a camping tool. I'm going to be still cooking up good meals and everything on the boat. The last video I just didn't cook because it was just so hot. Just way too hot. Way too hot. I feel like my lighting is a little dim. Oh, party mode. There we go. Woo, that's bright. Okay, does that look a little better? Ah, I gotta put it on there. Okay, there we go. Ah. Eagle Creek is in Oregon, between Escanaba Estacada and Sandy, we can see Mount Hood and the fire cloud. Oh boy, yeah, Oregon is on fire. I'm really sorry. I love looking at Mount Hood though. The first time I went down towards Oregon and was able to, because if you know anything about the Pacific Northwest, you know that there's a lot of clouds. There's a lot of high mountain or high elevation clouds sometimes. And there was a couple of trips I went down to Oregon and I didn't even know there was a mountain back there. Like I never saw it. And then one clear day, we were driving on the Oregon side, right on the border of Washington and Oregon. And I look up and I can see, actually I looked in the rearview mirror and the sun was going down and there was Mount Hood. And I was like, wow, I had no clue that was right there as we were driving. So Mount Hood is so pretty. Same with Mount Rainier. I love seeing the big mountains. Because on this side of the state, I don't get to see those very often. But we got some big mountains up here in Washington State. Oh, that'll be nice. Moving to Oregon. I know there's a ton of waterfalls and stuff. I want to explore more of Oregon. Astoria. I was in Astoria with the family. And boy, that's pretty. That is so pretty. I love the ocean. I don't get to the ocean. I can count on my hands how many times I've been to the ocean. But Astoria, that's super pretty. And that's where the Goonies was recorded or filmed. Good old Goonies. I remember watching that as a kid, boy. You know, there's so many things that you grow up watching and you're like, why was I ever able to watch that? Like, why was I allowed to watch that? Different times. Growing up in the 90s, you know, 90s kids. Oh, I see what you're saying, John. Oh, that would be interesting. I could maybe do that. Cook for myself on the bow. I see what you're saying. We got to do some more skits. I know that. I know. I like getting creative for you guys and having fun. That's you know, I've told you guys this before. The channel it's for you guys, but also I need to be enjoying it. And sometimes that means I'm just going to be silly. I'm going to be silly and creative and have fun. And I think that's what I want to do sometimes, you know. Dress up in a waiter suit and a chef suit. Those are some of my favorite videos, actually. Especially in the Fire Lookout. If you guys haven't seen the one Fire Lookout where I cook the spaghetti gelatin, that was like a highlight of my like videoing career, I think. Like I really love that one. And you know, the views and stuff, they come, but sometimes they don't come and you're like, man, I thought that was such a funny skit. You never know. Everybody's got a different personality, so. Hello from West Texas. My son Cameron and me enjoy your videos. Did you take art in school or where did you pick up painting? So in school, I always kind of liked drawing. I always like did drawings and stuff as a kid. I was never really good at it. And then through high school, I was, I guess, forced to do art class because I don't know, I just had to. I think I was always the last one to pick my like electives or whatever. So I did art in high school, but I definitely was not one of the better artists at all. And I've just always liked doing it though. So all of this is just kind of self-made. I did learn stuff in art. But I also forgot a lot of stuff too. But my daughter, she and my son Jackson too. They love drawing and painting. So this is Lily's latest. I guess it is a drawing. Yep. This is Lily's latest one, and it's got Joshua 1:9 on there, right there. Joshua 1:9. Woo! So it's always been something that I've done. I never really took it super seriously. And I think that having an avenue like the channel to create something like a painting or some carvings and stuff, it gives me motivation because I can give it to you guys. Like if I just have it sitting around the house, like, let me tell you, if you've ever had kids, you know how many drawings and papers just show up out of nowhere and you're like, do I keep it or do we throw it away? Like, I don't know. How many of these drawings do we need? I think I have a little tiny pack that my parents kept from my like elementary where I had like drawings and stuff. But boy, our kids draw a lot and there's a lot of loose paper laying around. So I think having the channel and having you guys watch it and being able to give it away to you guys, that actually motivates me to do more painting and carving and stuff. So it keeps me actually active in my art. So that's really cool. So thank you guys. Okay, the Jade7 says, how many video cameras do you use for your YouTube videos, including phones, drones, and GoPros? So I mainly film with my phone. So I've got an iPhone 16, I think, Pro or whatever. I typically film with that. That's usually, excuse me. I change my approach a lot. So I kind of have the iPhone as my main camera, I guess, where I'll do like the selfies with it. And actually I have this little pop socket that I put on the back of my phone, and I hold my phone like this. So I'll do a lot of the selfies with that, but also do a lot of B-roll with my phone. So I've got the phone, and then I've got two GoPros right now. I've got a GoPro Hero 7 and a GoPro Hero 12, which those give me my action shots, but I actually mostly use my GoPros for time lapses at night. So most of all the all of the time lapses you guys see come from a GoPro. And then I have a Insta360, which is the camera that you guys are seeing a lot with the boating and stuff like that, where you're like, how is he getting this shot? Is it on a drone or is it an action camera? Well, it's Insta360. And those are so cool. They really are. And then I have a DJI Maverick Air, which is really old now, and it barely flies. I think all of the blades on it are broken, I think, now. I just have not wanted to go and buy a new drone. So as long as that keeps flying, I put it up in the air once in a while, not very often anymore. So yeah, I've got, so what is that? Five things that I use for videos. Yeah. There you go. There's your tech review. And cameras come and go because you got to upgrade them and stuff like that. But I've had pretty good. I've had a pretty good run with the GoPros, other than the batteries. The batteries seem to die a lot. Do I play any musical instruments? Your music choices always work great with your video images. No, I don't. I can play the guitar, but I can only do a couple of chords. Back in the day when I was like a youth group, a bunch of us guys started doing like a guitar. We'd do guitar solos, and it was like four of us. I think it was four. So four of us, younger adults at church, would do guitar solos once in a while. And I was okay with that because I was in a group of guys, you know. I could learn, you know, how to do the chords and I could play the songs. But I was also like, I could blend in with everybody. So I know how to play chords and I can come up with, I can learn how to do tabs and stuff like that, which I've taught actually Lily how to do tabs. But growing up, my grandpa, he was stationed in Korea, I believe. He was in the Korea War. And he picked up a guitar. And he was able to learn it by ear. So, if you know anything about learning music by ear, then it seems like, you know, anybody could do that. You should be able to, like, anybody should be able to do that if you have that skill. That's kind of the mindset I think you kind of have. But it's not true. Not everybody can learn stuff by ear. And so my grandpa, he always wanted me to play the guitar. And I had the interest, but I didn't have enough interest to want to be able to learn it really well. But to close the story off, Jackson, my son, he learned, we got him a like a little piano keyboard thing. He learned how to do songs by ear. So apparently he has grandpa's talent. And so now he's really good at the guitar. He's actually really excellent at the guitar. He can sit there and pick the strings and figure out the tune and play a song. And it's really cool how people are talented like that. You know, the Lord blesses everybody with a different talent. Mine's not music. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I have my hands in about everything, but I'm not like the best at anything, which I'm okay with. I love learning new things. So, no, I mean, I can be musical, I guess, but it's not like my major passion. But for Jackson, it is. He's really good at it. Gil, come on, man. Oh, I'm not on the lake. I'm actually in the front yard of my house. I bought a boat just to use it as a RV. Actually, I thought about doing that. How fun would that be, actually, you guys? Just take the boat to a campground, you know, remove the motor maybe so they don't get all like upset with you. And just use your boat as an RV and just park it in the campground. Like, I thought about doing that for the first video. I actually did. I really did. No, this week I was too busy with projects on the boat. So, yeah, I just didn't get out. I didn't get out to film a normal camping video. But I hope you guys understand that. YouTube's fun, and I'm trying to keep a normal pace with videos, but right now at the summertime and just with the projects, it's gotten slowed down a little bit, but I think you guys understand. I'm still here. I'm still making videos. Oh, that's Steve Wallace style camping. Oh, so I can't do that. I'm just kidding. You guys are funny. Thank you so much. Oh, what do the neighbors think of my new lawn ornament sitting out here? Well, it's a good thing I live out in the country, so they can't really see me right now. At least maybe they can. I don't know. I'm not terribly close to my neighbors, but I am close enough. But I don't live in a neighborhood where you can't have a boat on your front lawn. So yeah, this next week, we're going to take the boat out. I got a new lake I think I've got mapped out. a new camping spot, new place to anchor. Oh, that was the other thing that I did. I marked out my anchor road. So all my anchor rope is all marked out. So I'll know how deep I am or how much line I got to put out. So that was another thing I did. The tiller extension modification, your own creation. No, it's not. I follow, every time I get something like, or an interest of mine, I usually find a group on Facebook and I'll join that group on Facebook, and people have so much good information about whether it's your engine. So there's a group on Facebook for my engine, my Tohatsu 40 horsepower engine. I just join groups all over the place. I learn all types of stuff. So when I joined the group on the McGregor, so it's basically, I think they call it McGregor Trailer Sailors. It's a Facebook group. Once I got interested in the boat, I joined the group and I started looking at all the things they were doing to them and all the cool ideas. And so once I got my boat, I was like, I like that idea. I'm going to do that. So a lot of the modifications aren't just mine. They come from other people, which is really cool to be able to share that knowledge with everybody, you know? It really is. So no, I mean, the design itself or the idea is not mine, but I came up with the way I made mine. And basically it was literally scrapped parts from home. The metal piece came from a weight bench. It was a weight bench. Like, you know how you can take your weight bench and go like at a different angle? Well, the little bar that was right there, I just scrapped it. I just pulled it apart and took it and started putting stuff together, and it all came out to work great. No, I don't. I have not really gone to sleep and not wondered where I was. I'm not to that stage yet, I don't think. Or Thanks for hanging out, Jen. I hope you have a good night. It is a little bit later, that's right. You're on, well, what time would that be? Is that mountain time? Can't remember. Yes, do I have deer, Joni, do I have deer that go on roam on your property? Yes, we do. We have deer and moose. We live close to a wildlife kind of like habitat or refuge. So we see moose that go through here. They have like their own little migratory paths, which is really cool to see. Super cool to see. We do have coyote, skunk. I think we have skunk. I haven't seen a skunk or smelt a skunk in a long time, but we definitely have porcupines. All those fun creatures in the middle of the woods out here. And snakes. We do have snakes. I saw a couple of snakes the other day. They're just little garden snakes, though. Nothing to worry about. We don't have rattlers or anything like that in our location. But we do a little bit further south of us. Newfoundland, Canada. Hello. Thank you so much for showing up. You have snakes and coyotes. It's 1:15 a.m. Wow. It's Friday night, so you can stay up a little late. That's good. I'm just hanging out in the boat in my front yard. Acting like, okay, we'll have to act like there's a wave or something. Oh, hold on. Oh, I gotta shake the camera. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm in my 40s, and I act like I'm, a young kid a lot of the time. And I told Shelby this the other day. It wasn't just the other day. It was a while ago. But I was like, man, I don't remember my parents being so silly. Like, I need to grow up. I'm like, I don't remember my parents being this silly in their 40s. Like, am I wrong? Like, should I be more mature? And of course, I'm more mature in a lot of ways, but I'm silly. I'm definitely more silly in front of the camera sometimes. There's always just something I was as a kid. I've got some family videos, very little, because we didn't have a camcorder back in the day with a VHS tape, but we rented it a couple of times, and every time the camera came around, I was just a goofball. I was like, what was I doing? uh, yeah, I know he is still super silly, but like, I don't remember as a kid my parents being weird. Like, I need to grow up. Yeah, I mean, really, aren't we all just still children in our own eyes? I mean, you could be 80 years old and feel like you're still super young. I mean, that's what I want to be like. I don't want to just be, we call it, I think we call it fuddy-duddy. I don't want to be a fuddy-duddy. I don't want to be an old fuddy-duddy. Hopefully that's not, I don't know where that comes from, but hopefully that's not like a bad word or something. I don't want to be no old fuddy-duddy. Yeah, you got to find the right people. There's a lot of people in this world that don't have humor, and you just got to roll with it. If people don't like your attitude or the way you act, hey, just find people that do. And I think that kind of goes to the YouTube channel. Like, boy, if you're, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you can. Trust me, there's a lot of people out there that will like who you are. They will appreciate you as a person. There's somebody out there. There's an audience for everybody out there. So if you're ever thinking about starting YouTube, just try it. Just start it up. It's not super easy to talk to a camera, but that's for some people. Some people it's really easy. I've gotten more used to it, and even live streaming is really difficult. But if you just don't really care and you just kind of say, hey, the people that want to stick around, those are the people I want to be friends with anyways. Those are the people we have shared interest in. And just like all you watching right now, you can, unless you're, just a secret, like, hater of the channel, which there are them. There is some watching, I'm sure, but it's just having fun, you guys. Just get out there and have fun. That's what it is. That's what YouTube is supposed to be about. And that's what I want to keep YouTube. I want to keep it about, not so like overly produced stuff like it was back in the day. I believe the first YouTube video that I put up, I could be wrong, but it was me and my brother. We had these little tiny, mini bikes. We had these little tiny mini bikes. And we were just being goofy on the mini bikes. And I had this little tiny phone that could have, video. And we just recorded us riding the little mini bikes around town. Terrible looking footage. Looked like garbage. And I put it up on YouTube. It didn't go anywhere, but that's what it was about. It was about putting your content, saving your content online for you to look at or share with your friends. You would share with your friends. And then it turned into this, like, a whole new thing, which is crazy. But I don't know how I got talking about that, you guys. Oh. Definitely sharing faith too is one of the biggest blessings of this. That's what I want this channel to be remembered for anyways. I don't know, a lot of you guys know that I had a second channel, or I started out on Bomb Grillins, which was a barbecue channel. That's where I started. A lot of you guys know that. But no, I don't have it. Speaking to this comment, I do not really have a testimony video. Kind of do throughout videos. Actually, I do. I do have a video that I shot a long time ago, and it was kind of talking about my life story. I don't think it's titled, I think it might say about me on it. I can't remember. But anyways, I started YouTube by barbecuing. And it was just a way of, like, of learning how to do barbecue. I never barbecued before. I went to my father-in-law's house, and he cooked up a steak, a really good steak, and it was over charcoal, and I'd never done charcoal grilling before. My dad did grilling, but we didn't really do, like, it was never like, it was just like burgers, hot dogs, you know what I mean? Like, just burgers, hot dogs, you know, simple stuff while you're camping. It was never like that, like, I'm going to sit out here and smoke a pork butt or something like that for a day. So I really wanted to learn how to cook a steak on a charcoal grill. So through my research of doing that, I was looking at all these videos of people making, you know, videos on how to grill food. And then they were building like these little kitchens and stuff. And it was right around the time that I got laid off from my job. I believe. No, we don't strike or something like that. I can't remember. We were on strike. I was working for a company that was part of Boeing. It used to be Boeing. We went on strike. I don't know. And while I was on strike, I bought a barbecue grill and I started making a barbecue channel. And so that's how it started. It started as a barbecue channel, and through all of that, I was getting more creative than you need to be on a cooking show, right? And I started to do some outdoor stuff. I started getting more interested in, I was watching some YouTube channels where they were out there camping and stuff and cooking. And it was actually the Firebox. I think it's the Firebox Stove. He's still got a channel on here. It's called Firebox Stove. Anyways, I got one of those Firebox stoves and I started camping in the backyard, and I did some silly skits on the barbecue channel. And I can't remember if I just felt convicted about praying over my food, you know, blessing the food or giving thanks. And it was almost like, you know, are you ashamed to show people that this is what you do? Like, are you going to show people on camera that you pray over your food, or are you going to skip that part? And that was a conviction of mine. Not everybody has that conviction. I mean, I know a lot of people, you know, it's okay. Like, you can keep your prayers silent. You can keep, you don't have to pray over, you know, over your meal, I guess, if you don't want to. You know, you don't have to do that stuff. But it's something that I felt that the Lord wanted me to do in a way of sharing Him with others, and really in not a major, like, Bible thumping way, I guess you could call it. So I did that on Bomb Grillins back in the very beginning, towards the end of that channel. And it wasn't until, so then I started Bomb Outdoors. It's a long story short, but I think the first video of Bomb Outdoors, I don't think I prayed on the channel. And it was one of those, like, you need to do this. Like, this needs to be a way that you can witness to people. And so that was my conviction of why I pray and why I leave Bible verses and stuff. Because it's a conviction that the Lord put on my heart. And I don't know. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been something that I've always been like, yes, I want to do that. Because I'm just like you guys. I'm just a normal man that has shortcomings all the time. And the enemy really wants me to feel like I'm not worthy of making videos and saying these things or putting these Bible verses up here. Because sometimes I'm in the wrong too. You know, I'm convicted by it. So it really is hard to try to be, it is hard to try to share your faith in some ways. Because when you start to do that, that is when the enemy comes and he tries to knock you down. But you just got to grow stronger in the Lord and continue. And the biggest thing is just knowing that if you fail and you confess your sins, He's willing, you know, to forgive you of those sins. So just pick yourself back up. You're going to fail, and you're never going to be perfect until the Lord returns. or you go home to him. So just keep on going. I always think of the little Nemo, keep on swimming, keep on swimming. Just keep on going. Pick yourself up. Paul said, you run the race. You keep running. You just keep running. And it's not about beating anybody else. It's not about being the first to the finish line. It's about finishing. And you just want to keep running. So there you go. It's a little bit of I don't do this very often. I think mostly on my live streams, if they don't get randomly cut off. I don't usually preach or anything like that in my videos. I feel like the Lord wants me to just be a gentle little light, in the YouTube world. And of course, if he changes that for me, then he will. But, and then also, you guys, sometimes there's times that my prayers are silent, and I really get a bad, sometimes it's like, I know that if I don't pray this out loud, I'm going to get comments about not praying, and why didn't you pray? And like, oh, grace, give me grace, you guys. Sometimes your prayers are just to yourself and to the Lord, because maybe I'm going through something, That's the truth. So I appreciate you guys' prayers. It's been a long journey. Actually, I just looked at Bomb Grillins today, and I made my first video on Bomb Grillins 10 years ago. And today, I made another Bomb Grillins video. It's not out yet, but Jackson has been wanting to do some more grilling, and I want to teach Jackson grilling. So we're going to make videos about grilling with Dad, just me and my son, and maybe Lily will want to do it. I don't know. They're not going to be super great videos. It's not going to be overly produced. It's going to be very raw, which this one coming is going to be very raw. And yeah, I don't know. It's been a crazy journey on YouTube, and I never thought I would be here. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought this is what I'd be doing for work, But it's more than work. It's actually a calling, I guess, So yeah, I don't know if you aren't following me over there at Bomb Grillins, you can. There's plenty of other videos on there that will kind of help you kind of see a younger version of me. Somebody me 10 years ago don't look the same. Boy, I thought I was cool in some of those videos too. But you can see where I've come from at Bomb Grillins. And Shelby can put the name up or even the link in the chat. And you can go watch some of those videos, but yeah, I can't guarantee you that I'm going to have a ton of grilling videos, but I'm going to do it when the kids want to do it and when I feel up to it. It was really hot today to be outside cooking, but so yeah. Boy, what a good chat, you guys. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I don't have another camping video for you tomorrow. But also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I do have more content over there in the sense of like showing you what I've been up to. So I tried to do that this week. I was kind of giving you guys little pictures and snippets of some of the modifications I did on the boat throughout the week. And I know not everybody, actually, I know this is funny because maybe you're here in the chat. I don't know. I got a letter today from a gentleman that watched the last video. I think it was the boating video. And he sent me a letter wondering where I went to christen my boat and what lake it was. So he wrote me a letter to ask me that. And then inside the letter, he left an envelope with his return address, and he filled out my response to him, which said, I'm having a great day or something like that. The lake that I went to was, and then fill in the blank, and something about I wish I could catch more fish or than you. I don't know. It was probably the best fan mail that I've had, and it just shows. It goes to show that not everybody either knows how to comment on the videos, or maybe technology is a little bit, it's too crazy now, because it really is. I mean, I grew up with technology, and now the kids just have technology like literally in their hands at 2 years old, where I know I grew up with it, like the Oregon Trail and, you know, computer labs and stuff at school. We got to learn all of that. And so, but there's a lot of people that watch that they just want to watch a TV show. They don't want to comment. They don't want to do anything like that. So that was the coolest, like one of the coolest little letters that I got. So I'll have to send that letter back with my response and maybe a little extra, you know, little thing. An update on the motor. Bilbo Baggins. Gotta ask again. Got thrown up the chat list, but what was wrong with the boat motor, bro? Sorry again if you went over that. No, I mean, I kind of did. I don't really know what was wrong with the motor. So I've done a couple of fixes on it. I changed out the fuel pump bladder, or the diaphragms on it. And then, well, after I did that, I found paperwork from the previous owner that said that he had them replaced in 2024. So I kind of doubt that they were bad. When I pulled them off, they looked like there was something wrong with them, but I didn't really know. So I fixed that, or put that back together. And then I went through the fuel line. So the fuel line on the boat had 2 quick disconnects. So like there was a disconnect right by the gas tank, so you could disconnect that. Then you could disconnect it from the motor. Well, upon looking at those disconnects, the O-ring in those disconnects, the O-ring was dry rotted. And so I'm hoping, I ordered new disconnects. I'm hoping that those will now allow me, because I feel like the fuel was like kind of getting sucked out, and it was kind of just couldn't keep up because the vacuum wasn't there. I'm hoping that's what it was. We're going to find out here in the next video when I take it out, and hopefully we're not paddling home. So yeah, I don't know if it's completely fixed. I had it running here at home. I put the earmuffs on it and had the motor running. So whatever I did, I didn't mess it all up, and the motor was still running. But hopefully under load, it'll still be good. I don't know. I appreciate it. Appreciate the comment and asking. Stick with me. We'll see what happens in the next video. But the previous owner, he really did a lot of work to this boat. He really did. He did a lot of work. He kept a lot of paperwork. I wish I would have just looked back at that. You know, it was 2 years ago, and things can go kind of bad quick with gas if you're not using non-ethanol. So it's not a bad idea for me to change it, because then I know for a fact that I just changed it. But I don't know. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Bust out another 1,000 there, Michael. I hope not. I hope it's just figuring, you know, the small things out. It's figuring that, but I do think it's a fuel issue. I agree. Otherwise, the motor was feeling strong, but the gas line itself was pretty old and brittle. So changing that out and doing some of the small things first, I think it's going to be okay. How many mosquitoes have I collected tonight? Well, none. Because I got a nice little screen door now. Brother. None right now, at least. I don't have the big main lights on, though. Maybe they're attracted to it like a different frequency. Maybe the real like incandescent bulbs really attract them. Let's see here. Oh, they are on. I just didn't have it on. There we go. We got light. Look at that. Oh, and one of the other things that I saw that was really cool, I'll turn this off, is this is a little pop light, and it's actually connected to, I mean, this was actually factory wired in. And you can have a little night light right there. Isn't that cool? But it also can be a white light. So you can have white light or a night light, which I thought was really cool. I actually left this on when I was sleeping, so I could see, you know, I could get up and see if anything was going on. I better not forget to turn that off. Raise your hand if you miss carbureted engines. Raise your hand. I don't mind a carburetor. I can fix it. I can clean it up. I can do all that fun stuff. Fuel injection and all these computers and stuff. You're kind of lost, you know? It's like, oh no, I gotta have more equipment to do that. Javon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're staying cool out there. It's been hot. It's been really hot. And then tomorrow we're supposed to have a ton of wind. I sure hope there's no fires tomorrow. You know, I swear, I don't like to swear, but I like to say, anytime they say that there's a red flag warning, or anytime the news tells you that there's this, you know, all these issues could happen this weekend, that's when stuff happens. Because either people go out and start fires, or it really does just happen. I don't really know. Haven't figured it out yet. What happened to Wiley? Wiley, I didn't know what to do with Wiley. I didn't know how to keep Wiley going. I didn't know, well, first off, kind of goes back to being silly. I've gone through different phases of being silly a lot. So sometimes I would be really silly on videos, and then I wouldn't be. And I was really kind of questioning whether or not the audience liked it. So in the beginning, when I was making videos and I was just being really overly silly, I can see the metrics. I can see that people leave the channel. Like when they're watching the video, I can see when the silliness comes or Wiley comes, and they drop off, right? So I kind of put it to the side for a little while. And then I brought Wiley back in one of the videos. I think I was camping in the snow. And Wiley was, I kind of showed why Wiley was gone. You know, he found a family is what I did. Kind of made it to where he found a family and was off in the woods with his family. But I always get the question of where's Wiley? And I don't, doesn't mean I'll never bring Wiley back. It's just coming up with a good idea of why Wiley would show up, you know? That's kind of it. You know, it's just me trying to be creative. I wish I could come up with good ideas all the time, or had like a team of writers. You know, a lot of these TV shows, you're like, how do they come up with this funny content? Well, there's so many people that are making these ideas and changes. One brain, like this one, I can't think of everything every week of what to come up with. So that's kind of why Wiley kind of got, it kind of disappeared. But what I have been thinking of doing is, exactly, there you go, water skiing. The last time I was going to have Wiley, so this was the last, I don't know how long ago it was a while ago, we were planning a video where Wiley was going to be in the woods. And I was just setting up camp and I saw something. And I looked back and there's Wiley running across, you know. And just kind of a random, like, kind of one of those, like, what was that? Like, and then I was like, well, maybe we could leave it at that. You know, just seeing Wiley run across the screen. As a viewer, for you, if you know who Wiley is, then that it's okay. You would know it's Wiley. But if you weren't like a full-time, like somebody that follows a channel, you would be interested in that and go, what was that? You might rewind the video. You might look closer. And that helps the channel with views. So a lot of people will do stuff like that to garner attention and to keep people watching because they're interested. It shows YouTube that there's something about that video or that part of the video that interests people. So that's a tactic for people, is to keep people interested. So I was thinking about that, maybe having Wiley just kind of skip across the screen real quick or on the trail cam and showing up. And then I was like, well, or I could have like, I set up a trap. So I see Wiley walk by and then I set up a trap with like Fruit Loops, you know, some cereal. And then I catch Wiley in the morning and I'm like, oh, Wiley, it's you. What are you doing out here in the woods? I don't know. So I kind of go back and forth with this, like, do I do it? Is it too silly? Is it like, well, that guy is just, that guy's crazy. I'm not watching any more of his videos. So I don't know, you guys. It's kind of different. Everything's a little different, you know. And then you got Gil here, who was just done. Gil said he was done. He's already gone. He's checked out. If you guys have been in the comments with Gil, I think you know that Gil's a good guy. Oh yeah, you could ride on Monty's back. I'm working on it. Hey, I don't know. I've never really had a really long beard, so I'm getting close to a Wiley like esque beard. Come on. Oh, look at that. Everybody's leaving. No. It's a Wiley video or that's it. Yeah, see that, Bob, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. That it's like Wiley's in every video, but it's, did you see Wiley? That is a good idea. It's a super good idea. Like, can you find Wiley? He was in the video. He was in there. He was somewhere. If you watched that whole video and you didn't see Wiley, I don't know. Guess you just missed out. Yeah, he hides under, yeah. Wait, I think let me see if I have Wiley in my gear right now. Let's look. Because I wonder, I don't know if I do. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is my cooking gear on top. And let's see here. Oh, hopefully I don't lose you guys. Okay, that might be a little close. Okay, this box right here always goes with me everywhere I go camping. This is my cooking gear. Being that I'm in this vertical or horizontal, whatever it is, it's kind of hard for you guys to see. This is my cooking stuff. I've got all types of cooking stuff in here. It goes with me every video. Hey, Javon, appreciate it. Here's my water filtration. That was sent to me by Javon. Javon, sorry. I still have that and use it. It's a water purifier. I've got trays. I've got my fire kit in here. Got a nice little cutting board from GSI. I've got tons of stuff in here. So I just kind of keep up this kit. Oh yeah, Spam Coffee. Kind of keep this kit in everything that I do. So if I go camping with the truck, I throw this in there. I've got it all with me. Man, that's heavy. No wonder my back is bad. Okay. So then that leaves this box, which is the catch-all. This is like the catch-all camping equipment for Kenny here. You never know what you're gonna find in here. Kind of like, I don't know if you could consider this my prop box, but it's definitely my camping box. got a chair. Look at that. There he is. Little Wiley. Wiley, what are you doing? I knew he was in here somewhere. So I just got to remember to pull him out. Got my, this is a carving bag. Got my coloring stuff and paint set. First aid. Lights. Ooh, this is my bug light. Check this out. This is for the boat when the mosquitoes come out. Oh, it's dead. So I shouldn't leave it in the box. I should charge it. Here's more mosquito stuff. Got mosquito things in there. Got another light. This one might be charged. No, it's not. Okay, stop leaving stuff in the box uncharged, Kenny. Steaks. I've got my little Gerber Gomboy. No, that's a silky saw. Puffy pants for like if it's really hot from nature or cold from nature hike. Oh, this is one of the heated fans. I don't need that right now. So yeah, I've got all types of stuff in there. Keep that with me everywhere I go. And I add to it if for certain videos. Fish slippers. And Wiley. Wiley is still around, you guys. Wiley is still here. Still here. Still my buddy. I just got to remember to take him out, you know? It's a little hot for this right now. Ah. How many mountain men have you seen today walking around the woods? Probably not very many. Depends on where you live. Who actually wears these? Like, is there anybody that actually wears these in the woods? Like, no joke, like everyday attire? Do you think there's anybody that does? I would think like Alaska or something. I don't know. This isn't real though. So just, I don't think it is at least. I don't think it's real. There's my real hair. Yeah, get stylish. Oh, so do you always record when you camp or do you just go out for fun sometimes? Most of the time, well, it depends. There's some times where me and the family just go camping. We did that actually a couple of weeks ago. We just went camping. There was no videoing, none of that. We just went down and went to one of my favorite campsites as a kid. Because when I grew up, we only camped at campgrounds. We never went out into the woods and roughed it, that I remember. I might have been young and we might have gone to some cool ones, but I don't know. So yeah, we do, and I want to be honest with you, I want to just go camping with my family, you know? Camping has kind of turned into a job in a lot of ways. And there's that feeling that I'm kind of like ruining it for my kids, you know? Like every time we go camping, it's dad moving the camera around and, oh, hold on, we got to get this shot, or, oh, don't do that yet because I got to film it, you know? So I definitely don't want to ruin camping for my kids. Is it camping or acting homeless? So I'm hoping I want to have more camping trips with the kids when we're not filming. You know, just being out there and just doing it, having fun with them. Boy, this is too hot. Wiley is just too hot, you guys. Maybe if I go like that and then like this. No, he's still too hot. That's cool too, right? No. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. You know, then, so let's say this. Then I do go camping with the family. And I don't record it. And I don't get a video for you guys. And I'm like, I feel so bad. And in YouTube hammers me for not having a video out. You know, you guys all of a sudden don't get notified anymore because I'm not keeping my schedule or whatever. And there's a lot of repercussions for not uploading. And just like this week, like I'm trying to do something here for you guys. But YouTube they're an employer in a lot of ways, you know. They kind of tell me what to do, and it in the sense it's only through the algorithm. You know, YouTube doesn't tell me what to do, or I don't have meetings with YouTube. I could, I guess, but I'm not big enough channel for that. But the algorithm and the analytics, they tell you whether or not you're doing good or not. So yeah, you could do more 360 camera stuff, but 360 cameras are actually, you have to edit things twice. So there's a lot of work involved in 360 footage. They are kind of having more programs that do a lot of AI like generated stuff where it'll kind of try to take your footage and make it what you think you'll want it to be, but it doesn't do it accurately. So it actually creates a lot more work. Yeah, it is. It's a pain in the buttons. I usually have to, so if I do 360 footage, which I did in the last video, when I get home, I have to spend a whole day or at least a whole evening editing 360 footage before I can go on and start editing my video. So that's the only problem with the 360 footage, but I love the 360 camera. It's super cool. Hey, Wayne. Thanks for showing up. You went on a cruise? Oh, yeah. Gil, you're the holiday, right? Holiday Inn? Hello, Jeannie. How are you? So, if you guys are just checking in, we've been kind of streaming for a while here. And, oh, there goes Wiley. Just kind of giving some updates on the boat, what I've been up to this week, things that I fixed, things that I've created, I guess. Like the hatchway that's got a screen on it now, which is really nice. And, oh yeah, we need to get Gil a tent and a Hilton sign outside. So yeah, the video or the live stream, we've just been kind of chit-chatting about what I've done on the boat and stuff. But feel free to rewatch the live stream if you want to, if you're getting here just now. Because I am going to close it off here. Wrap her all up. Pat, thank you so much for showing up, saying hi. Appreciate it. You have a good one. Boat, you're moving up. Have I had a mast up yet? No, I have not. So that will be a whole nother like adventure. Sailing will be a whole nother adventure. Which I'm actually nervous about because I either need to take a class or go join like one of the local clubs and learn how to sail, because it can be very dangerous. Um, so that is something that I'm thinking about. That's why right now I'm kind of just keeping it a motoring thing, because I haven't learned the whole how to sail yet. But I'll bring you guys along for that. Even if I do, there's some other YouTubers in my area that know how to sail. And maybe I'll just go, maybe I'll see if I can go hook up with them and join them on their boat one of these days, and just take you guys along with me as we learn how to sail. It's completely different than what you guys are normally seeing on this channel. That's my only hesitation. I don't want to make it about boating. You guys came here and subscribed for camping. So that's the struggle with YouTube and changing up content, in my eyes. I don't know if it actually matters all that much. Maybe I'm hindering myself by not just putting out whatever I want. Because if you guys look at, I always bring up Outdoor Boys as an example, just because his channel was just huge. Not that I want to be that huge, but he did all types of stuff on his channel. He did building Lego castles and having like Nerf wars with his family and all types of things. So it is Baum Outdoors, so I guess it could be anything and everything. So yeah. When you ignore the chat, it makes you a bad live stream host, just saying. Well, I don't really do live streams very often. And if you do live streams once in a while as just a random like amateur live streamer, it's not easy. So if you have a question and you'd like me to answer it, go ahead and shoot it at me now. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Also, if you know how live streaming goes when you're doing it from your phone and you just have chat that just like comes up like barely anything, like it just goes up really fast, you can't see, the chat. So I'm not trying to ignore anybody if that's the case. I'll try to find your question. I'm really not trying to ignore anybody. It's just, you'd have to know how live streaming goes. So yeah, I don't know. I also like to look into the camera. So if I'm just staring at the chat, it doesn't look like I'm looking at you guys. I don't know if that matters or not, but I remember my bear spray test, yeah. That was a good one. Yeah, that was fun. Actually, I've always wanted to shoot the bear spray. But when you first get it at like almost $50 a canister, you don't want to just go out there and shoot it just for fun. So I had to wait until it was expired. I appreciate you guys. I'm not trying to, I honestly live streaming it's not my job. There's people out there that do live streaming like as a job, and they're super good at it. Good job, guys, if you can do that, but I can't. Uh-oh. I just got a notification on my phone for a fire, so Shelby, make sure that's not close to us. I had a bug in here. I thought I had the screen door and everything closed. Yeah, we got mountain lions. How is my burner? He is amazing. I really, really love Monty. He's the best dog. I need to have him on more videos, but the summer times is really hard for him. I know that I said last winter I was going to have him out more too, but we didn't really have much of a winter. But I need to make content with Monty, and it's more for me than it is going to be for you guys. And the reason I say that is because I love the dog so much that I want to be able to have a video or two to look back on, and just remember how amazing it was. You know, I wasn't much of a dog person. I was more of a cat person, to be honest with you. And I'd like dogs. We had dogs growing up and all that, but it wasn't really until Monty, and I think it's just because he really like bonded with me. I think that's really what it is. Everybody else will tell you in the house that he loves them the most, but right, Shelby? But he's my buddy. He's my buddy, and I love him. And so yeah, I'll have to get him out. I really wish the boat would have been a better fit for him. I think the bigger boat would have, but I ain't getting the 26-foot boat anytime soon at all. And he doesn't really swim. So he doesn't really like, he likes to wade in the water, but he doesn't really like to swim. Growing up, I really liked cats there, Bilbo. We had a lot of stray cats that would show up, and I always liked them, I guess. I don't know. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. He's going to be, yeah, he loves the snow. Appreciate, wow, 4 years ago? Back from 4 years ago. Okay, have I thought about camping in California? No, I haven't. I haven't really been to California. I've been to, so Arizona, Lake Havasu. I crossed the water there and went to California. That was like the first time I'd ever been to California that I know of. But I'd like to go to California. I really want to go to the Redwoods. Yes, the Redwoods. I'd like to go see those. My brother, he just went down there. Not Bezosa, but my other brother, he went down there and saw the Redwoods. And I was like, man, I really want to go see those. That's definitely something I want to see. Is it hard to get to, though? Like, is there a lot of, like, rules and, like, permits and stuff you got to get? That's the other thing. It's expensive and hot. Crater Lake, yeah. James said he wants to go camping with you, Kenny. That would be so fun to go, like, on a, what do you call it, subscriber camp. I just don't know where I'd do it at. No, it's easy to go through the Redwoods? Okay. Aha. Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys know this stuff. I'm sure you do. But they've really been cracking down on a lot of the wildlands. And they've been trying to stop people from going out in the wildlands. So how long is that going to last? How long until we can no longer go camping in our national forests? I don't know, but it's kind of like you got to get there and go see it now, as the world turns. Gil, you're going to have to get like the huge room or something, you know? Well, that's awesome, Jamie. Thank you. I'm so glad you could catch me live. Camping in the Grand Canyon? I would love to go see it. I saw the Grand Canyon as a kid, but I didn't really experience it all that much just because it was like a quick stop, I think. We just had a quick stop, went in there, looked at the sights. It was amazing. But yeah, I would like to go camping in the Grand Canyons too. So many cool places I gotta go see, Joni. They definitely don't hike very well, the dogs. The Bernese Mountain Dog. I don't know. Our Berner, if he gets so like pushy, so our dog gets very pushy. He likes attention, and the best part about him, in that sense, is that all you got to do is take him outside and run him for like 5 minutes, and he gets so hot and tired because he's got so much hair that he's just done in about 5 minutes. It's like, come on, buddy, let me run you. Go run for a few minutes. You'll get worn out. A cruise? A bomb outdoor cruise? How do we do that? I want to do that. Like we cruise on like a big boat, like a real boat, or like we cruise on our own craft. What does that mean? Yeah, okay. Get everybody together on a big ship. That would be cool. That would be a lot of fun. You know, we were down on the Snake River here in Washington at a campground. I'm not going to tell you which campground. You could probably figure it out if you just look at the map. And there was a big wheel, like a cruise boat. I guess it was like a cruise ship that went through Eastern Washington all the way to Astoria, I believe. Yeah, to the mouth of the ocean there. And we were like, man, that would be kind of fun. I mean, obviously we live here, so we've seen all these places, so it wouldn't be as cool to us, but a lot of people from like the East Coast come and check it out. And this cruise ship costs, I think it was like $8,000. $8,000 per person, which I thought was crazy. For 7 days or something like that. And you just go up the river and that's it. 7 days. I don't know. Is that crazy? Is that too much money? I don't know. But I thought it was a lot of money. That would be way too expensive for a family of 4 to go on a cruise up a river. A real big boat. Yeah. Oops. All right, you guys. It's already 9:40. I'm going to wrap everything up. Boy, that's a long live stream. Probably one of the longer ones I've done. My throat, I'm out of seltzer or whatever it is. So I'm getting a little froggy here, but I'm going to call her quits for the night. I thank you guys for hanging out with me, for listening to me just chat about my life here, and I'm sorry if I missed your guys' questions or anything like that. But it was a good time. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate all of you guys so much for hanging out and just taking your time, for taking your Friday night and hanging out with me. That in itself is worth gold. Like, that's amazing. And there's 75, 100 of you or whatever has been in here throughout the night. That's a lot to be thankful for. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope it made your Friday night a good Friday night. And I will see you guys here very soon with another video. Most of everything is back on track. I've got things built. I've got things figured out. I shouldn't have too many hiccups. And we'll be back to regular camping as well. So not just the boat, but regular camping, truck camping, things like that every week. I'm doing my best, and I love you guys. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you very soon. So y'all have a really good weekend. If you are in my neck of the woods, stay safe from all the fires, or if you're even in Oregon, watch out for those too, and get some good rest and some healthy air, because we all need it. All right, everybody, have a good night. Love ya. I'll see you soon. Bye. Now, how do I end this one? I started it off not good. Now, how do I end it? Bye, everybody.